These three stocks just hit the public markets last month, and already Wall Street analysts are rating them a strong buy. So let's get into it. All right, guys, welcome back. It is Julie here with Tip Ranks, and today we are taking a look at three newly IPO'd stocks that have been picking up a lot of buy ratings from Wall Street analysts recently. On top of that, their price targets imply some big double-digit upside potential. So today, we're going to take a look at these companies, what it is that they do, and what has Wall Street feeling so bullish. I found today's stocks on TipRank's IPO calendar. Found under the Ideas menu on the IPO calendar, not only can you see upcoming IPOs, but also those already priced, filed, and withdrawn. You can check out the IPO calendar for yourself on the TipRanks website or right on the TipRanks mobile app. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and that you're subscribed to the channel. Now let's dive right into these three strong buy newly IPO'd stocks. First on the list, we're taking a look at Forgent Power Solutions. They trade under the ticker FPS, currently priced at $35 per share. They IPO'd on February 4th with a price of $27, opening at $29 per share and climbing about 15% since then. Forgent Power Solutions designs and manufactures electrical distribution equipment used in data centers, the power grid, and energy-intensive industrial facilities. They make critical electrical distribution equipment. Think switchgear, transformers, power distribution units, and custom solutions powering data centers for AI and cloud computing, the electric grid, and heavy industrial sites. Amid surging demand from tech expansion and electrification, they're positioned to support the backbone of modern power infrastructure. They just shared their first quarterly earnings report as a publicly traded company on March 16th, coming out with a revenue beat, plus initiating their full-year outlook. Earnings per share of 12 cents was in line with analyst expectations, while revenue of $296 million did beat estimates, plus increased 69% year-over-year. They saw their bookings increase 268% year-over-year to $762 million and a backlog of $1.5 billion. Adjusted EBITDA of $60 million increased 51% year-over-year. And looking forward to 2026, they anticipate revenue to be in the range of $1.275 to $1.325 billion, representing a 73% year-over-year growth at the midpoint. And Wall Street was enthused. Following this earnings report, we did hear from one analyst at TD Cowen who reiterated a buy on the stock. He views the company as well-positioned to benefit from robust data center demand, underpinned by multi-gigawatt roadmaps and record leasing activity that should sustain elevated equipment orders. He also highlights the company's expanding manufacturing capacity, which supports faster lead times, market share gains, and the ramp of production into currently underutilized facilities. With 10 current analyst ratings, Forgent Power nearly comes in as a unanimous strong buy, with 9 buy ratings and 1 hold. And the average price target of $43 implies an upside potential of 22.5%. Looking at those price targets down below, on the low end we do have our hold with an upside of 8.5%, while on the high end we have a buy rating with an upside of 40%. For our second stock, we're taking a look at Bob's Discount Furniture. They trade under the ticker BOBS or BOBS, currently priced just above $12 per share. They hit the public market on February 4th at $17 per share, climbing up in the early days to above $22, but have declined since and overall are down 26%. As the name implies, Bob's Discount Furniture is a major U.S. retailer offering affordable home furniture, including sofas, beds, dining sets, mattresses, and decor. Founded back in 1991, they operate over 200 stores across 26 states with an everyday low prices model, about 10 to 25% below competitors, plus their online sales, making quality furniture accessible without the high-end markup. They shared their first quarterly report as a publicly traded company on March 17th. They did come out with both an earnings and revenue beat, but of course, as you saw, the stock has been falling. They did provide some future guidance that was below expectations, and analysts also noted winter storm activity in January and February, leading to a slow start of the year. Earnings per share of 35 cents came in 2 cents ahead of expectations, and revenue climbed 8% year over year to $648 million, beating expectations. The company highlighted that they did open 3 new stores during the quarter. And when we look at the full fiscal year, net revenue of $2.4 billion increased 16.8%. But looking forward, the company is seeing fiscal 2026 revenue with a midpoint of $2.61 billion, which fell just short of the $2.62 billion estimates. So we did see quite a few Wall Street analysts slightly lower their price targets, but while still maintaining buy ratings, including one at D.A. Davidson. They said that weather is often seen as a pedestrian excuse for disappointing results, but there was a lot of snow in January and February. The good news is that March has rebounded as Bob typically recaptures some of the weather-impacted sales. Another analyst from Morgan Stanley views the risk versus reward as one that skews attractive. And with 10 current analyst ratings, Bob's Discount Furniture comes in as a strong buy with 8 buys and 2 holds. And their average price target of over $24 implies an upside potential of 99%. Looking at those price targets down below, they range from an upside of 30% all the way to 120%. If you've made it all the way to our third stock today, then this is a reminder to make sure you've hit that thumbs up button. Third on the list, we're looking at AGI Incorporated. They trade under the ticker AGBK, currently priced at $9 per share, after hitting the markets on February 10th at $10.75. Similar to Bob's, they did climb after that, but have fallen since and are down 16.5%. AGI Incorporated operates as AGI Bank in Brazil. They are a leading digital fintech and bank. They specialize in serving underserved consumers, like Social Security beneficiaries and payroll workers, with secured loans against benefits, plus digital banking, credit cards, and insurance products. Using tech like AI and mobile apps, it reaches millions who traditional banks often overlook in Brazil's growing market. Now, their first earnings report as a publicly traded company is actually due out today after hours, so we'll be seeing those results soon. As of right now, we have nothing to go off of as far as a revenue or earnings beat, so we'll see how the stock moves after hours and that earnings call due later at 5 o'clock. But we've still had lots of analysts weigh in with buy ratings following the quiet period after their IPO, including an analyst at Oppenheimer. They believe that the market overly discounts the durability of AGI's relationship with the National Social Security Institute and undervalues its stable credit performance and compounding earnings potential. With its hybrid physical-digital banking model, Oppenheimer expects AGI to continue scaling its active client base at a 32% plus 5-year compound annual growth rate. With shares trading at under 8 times 2026 price to earnings, valuation appears attractive. AGI is currently rated a unanimous strong buy with 9 current analyst ratings, and the average price target of $16.77 implies an upside potential of over 84%. Those price targets down below range from an upside of 64% all the way up to 132%. Of course, we'll see how these update after tonight's earnings report. So that is a quick look at 3 newly IPO'd stocks, all starting to gain some big attention from Wall Street. Let me know your thoughts on these companies, if they're brand new to you or not, and which one you'd put on your watch list. I always love hearing from you guys. Always keep in mind these videos are never a suggestion to buy or sell any specific stock, so make sure you're always doing your own research and due diligence. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you back here next time.